We're live? We're good? Are we rolling? Tell me when the feed comes up. We're getting better at this. It's rolling? You know when you watch people go live and they stand there like an idiot? Yeah. That's what I feel like right now.
Oh, we got comments coming through.
Okay, I'm rolling. If we got comments, we're good. How we going, guys? We're back at the Melbourne 4x4. So yesterday we done our first live walk around the Patriot campus stand. Here we go. One of the boys. Come in here. We just went live. One of my main men, AJ from Roughing It. Follow this guy as well. Have a look at his YouTube channel, Instagram, all the rest of it. How did you go yesterday?
We got here finally.
Yeah?
A bit of a delay.
Your camera looks better than ours.
I'll
catch up with you later on.
Right away.
Okay, so we're live here at the TJM stand. So yesterday we went through the Patriot campus booth. We got emails, comments, all that sort of stuff coming through last night. They want to see more of the 4x4 show. Now, it is impossible for me to walk around the 4x4 show, but this is like, coming to the TJM booth is like going to a theme park, right? You've got all of these suppliers in one location. So everything that we use on the show from Patriot Games, not everything, but the majority of products is distributed here in Australia through TJM. Again, we got a lot of US fans that logged in yesterday and they really want to see about all these Australian products. So I'm going to try my very best. I know I get excited. I'm going to try and keep this one short. I'm going to try and limit it to under 30 minutes, but there is a lot more stuff to get around here than there actually is on the Patriot campus stand. So I think what we'll do is we'll go up to the counter real first. We'll have a look through the glass cabinets and then we'll just start walking around and we'll go through all the suppliers kind of one by one. And I'll show you the gear that we use on Patriot Games. We got comments coming through? Yep. Awesome. Guys, anything in particular that you want to see? If you want to try and hold me up, Bree, if you can keep an eye on the comments. If I'm at a booth talking about something, if you want to know something specific about that product, I'll answer it if I can and we'll pull somebody in from that supplier. So let's have a look around the counter first. So TJM provide everything 4x4. So anything to do with 4x4, adventure, outdoor sort of lifestyle, you can get it at a TJM store. One of the products that we're obviously very, very familiar with is GME. They also sell Oricom radios as well, but GME is the brand of choice for us. That's our weapon, XRS Connect. We run in every one of our trucks. And I think everybody's had enough about me talking about XRS Connect. Get onto it, get all your mates onto it. You can all log each other, plot each other. Absolutely amazing when you go out of range. So coming around the corner. Morning, guys. Morning. We're live in cyberspace. So this is our TJM family. We're like carnies, eh?
We are.
We're like roadshow carnies. I think we spend a little bit of time together, but never at home. Like always out on the shows, and it's good to have the people around you. Let's keep running through. HEMA, obviously the HEMA HX1 now replaced the HN7 that everybody got to know from the black truck. I was running two of them. Morning, mate. How you going?
Justin,
yeah,
doing well.
All good. Anything new from HEMA this year?
Just our latest update for the HX1. It comes with the Camps 10 data now, so we're pretty excited about that.
Awesome. Camps 10's in there.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm going to have to log in and do a software update.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the 55 HX1s that I have in our convoy.
Yeah, you'll be able to connect to the Wi-Fi and then you're all good.
So the navigation, obviously, and again for our guys overseas, I know HEMA plotted some maps in the United States. What's going on over there? Is HEMA getting into the US? Or?
We had a North American map patrol go out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a few years back, I remember.
Relatively soon, yeah.
That was in the white 200, eh?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So in here in Australia, these guys are regularly, they've got a map patrol running, or a couple of map patrols running around the country. One of the map patrols actually tows Patriot X1, and they've been towing that for some years. But they're constantly updating, plotting all the maps, and it's literally the turn by turn off. Well, it's not turn by turn, but when you're off road, the maps are that accurate, even on tracks that you can see. No one's driven in a couple of years. That's because these guys are constantly out there. HX1, need one in your touring rig if you're going off the bitumen. Let's keep moving. What else we got in here? Access.
Safety. Screens and cameras.
Screens, cameras, tyre pressure monitoring.
Pressure sensors.
Yep.
Awesome. Good for hitching up, good for recovery.
Yep.
Good for
Tyre pressure sensors I've actually just started running. Actually, we put the Axis in my race car, in my Polaris race car. And for me, because when you're running down to Fink and the terrain's changing so much, for me personally, you always get that feeling when you go from soft to hard, you get that feeling that you've blown a tyre. So I can get my navigator to glance at the tyre pressure monitor. Tyres are good. We keep belting it and sending it down to Fink. So really, really good gear. Thanks, man.
Just to stop you, we just had a question on the HEMA.
Let's go back.
Does HEMA have offline maps?
HEMA does have offline maps. But can we talk about that real quick? Because, sorry to interrupt, mate. What HEMA used to have, how are you, mate? What HEMA used to be able to do, you used to be able to download all the satellite maps, and you used to be able to get very, very accurate satellite mapping for offline, but that functionality's been turned off now, eh?
Yeah, so we now have mapping available for offline. So we have on our HX1 all the maps stored locally, and the turn-by-turn on the drive mode as well is all there locally. So you could drop into the middle of the Simpson Desert right now and be able to navigate your way home and around.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic in that sense. We've also got apps which have offline mapping capability as well. So the HEMA Explorer app and the HEMA 4-wheel drive offline maps.
So before you go out, if you know the destination that you're going to or the area that you're going to, you always download the maps before you go. You can download them over Wi-Fi. There's a couple of different ways that you can get them, but you get those maps, you load them into your HX1. Typically speaking, when I get off the grid, I'll use my iPad. That's just my kind of style. With the HEMA Explorer app, and the Explorer app gives me all the information that I need, sunrise, sunset, but most importantly is when you download the map, say for example, if you're trying to get to a specific location that's remote and there's no roads there, you can drop a pin there, add a waypoint, then when you get offline, you can navigate and trek directly towards there, but the advantage is you can see all the obstacles. If there's dams, if there's water, whatever you need to get around, you can get around, so we use it a lot, and that's how we get to the place. People often say to us, how do you find these joints? That's how we find them. That's exactly how we find them, and that's how we get there. And there's a bit of an industry tip. Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Was that all right? Did I do all right?
Fantastic
I'm
job.
going to get a job at HEMA. I reckon I could get...
Do you want to take the shirt and jump around?
I reckon we head this way. Let's go this way and we'll do a loop and we'll go around the perimeter, go outside. Any other comments, Bree, while we're walking?
I've got one that says, how much is a new antenna?
A new antenna? Oh, depends on the antenna that you want. There's so many of them. We only run, like I said before, the GME whips. We normally run like a 580 on our bull bars, so just a small one, and that's for all the cars that have been dailied a lot. When we go off the grid, we go with a 1200. I've never broken one, fiberglass, massive spring at the bottom. Yeah, that's a pretty open-ended question. Yeah? Anything else?
That's about it.
Okay. So as we're walking through recovery gear, if you've watched the loading up video and the recovery gear, the TJM large recovery kit comes with pretty much everything that you need. Obviously, if we're going really remote, we'll take extra winch extension straps and extra snatch straps. Don't tie your snatch straps together. I have a pile in the garage of snatch straps that I've tied together. You get them wet, muddy, and you do a recovery on a big ram or something, I can promise you never get the thing undone.
Justin, do you sell a real winch bar?
No. So with our Super Tourers, we produce our own winch cradle for the 79 200 series, 1500 ram, 2500 ram. The Ford Ranger, we can't get a winch underneath there, but as far as I know right now, I haven't actually seen anybody that sells a rear bar with an integrated winch. It's only a Super Tourer product for Super Tourer customers at this point in time. Yep. Here's something actually really exciting. This is pretty cool, and I only found out about this. Are you doing this with me?
Hey, you going?
Yeah. How you going, man? New compressor.
It is, mate.
And I only found out yesterday, so I don't really know anything about it, but
Yep.
I did have a look at it.
Yep. So it's our vehicle mount compressor.
Yep.
High volume,
Yep.
86 litres per minute.
Yep.
So this has 5 different mounting positions.
Yep.
So you can mount it
On the base, I noticed that.
Yep.
So see that base there? You can swivel the base. There was a photo on one of the boxes somewhere. Yeah, you
There
can
is
see
just
it
on the
there.
side. Yep.
Check that out. So you can actually, and I'm telling you, I promise you, that's really handy. So if you're mounting in rear toolboxes or under your tray, behind your seats, under your seats, that is gold. That's going to save hours of installation.
It does.
Sorry to cut you off, man. I
No,
just thought
that's fine.
that was really cool.
Yep. So a couple of cool little features here. Manifold is built in. We've got our 4 quarter BSP. We've also got a 1/8 BSP. So what that means is any kind of air actuated solenoid can just be easily mounted on the top. You've also got your 1/8, which you can then run our heavy duty airline kit. So if you imagine here, just got a standard Nitto fitting. So you can either run it straight on the top of the manifold,
Yep.
or it can be mounted remote.
And actually, what's really awesome too, I noticed yesterday, that is a standard Nitto fitting. So that's not and I've been caught out a couple of times with compressors that have got different styles of fittings, and a lot of them come now with the small style of fitting.
They do.
The problem with that is if you take any tools or airlines or whatever that you normally do, and you don't even think about it at the time, you get in the situation you need your compressor, nothing fits.
Yep.
And that's just a standard sort of snap fitting as well. So you
Yeah.
don't have to release that quick release. So I thought that was an awesome
the
feature
snap
too.
to fit's great. It just makes the actuation
Just makes it a
really
little
easy.
bit easier, yeah.
Yep. So it just comes with a normal tire inflation tool.
Yep.
It actually comes with a couple of other cool valve tools.
Yep.
So you got the little blow down tool.
Yep.
So anyone that wants to blow out your air filters or just kind of quickly clean something
Yep,
down.
which you do often. Yeah,
Yep,
and
it's
a
great.
little inflation tool.
Yep.
Which
footy,
is,
footy of the basketball.
or you blow up your floaties and grab
Yep.
yourself a carton of beer, put it in an esky and float down the Boyd River. That's something
Yep.
we do over
Yep.
summer a lot. So that's a handy one.
Yep.
And the harness is really comprehensive, eh?
It is. Now, one of the cool features about this harness is you can start off as basic as just having a compressor in the vehicle.
Yep.
If you decide later on that you want to fit a TJM Pro Locker,
Yeah.
it's pre-wired for Pro Locker.
Yep.
To the point where all the wiring is in the right places.
Yep.
So once the lockers are in, it's just as simple as basically putting a switch in the dash.
That's the reason, sorry to interrupt, but that's the reason you have multiple outlets on the compressor. So you can run lockers and you can run a fitting on there as well, yeah?
Exactly.
It's
Yep.
it's performance compared to the old style one.
Yep.
Yeah?
About nearly double. As
Whoa.
I said before, probably some of the really cool features about it is it's got the 100% duty cycle.
Yep.
The inbuilt fan. So this fan is able to keep it a lot cooler.
I noticed that yesterday too. So the old one, the old compressor, it got really hot, and most compressors do get hot, and this still will
does.
get hot,
It
right?
will.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
But
Yeah.
obviously the fan is helping to keep that whole body cold. And what we were
Yeah.
saying yesterday, there's fins inside, so it's drawing.
Yeah, so it's basically got like a little heat sink between the manifold and the actual motor itself.
Yeah.
And then those fins obviously aid, when it's pulling the air past it,
Yeah.
that actually helps dissipate the heat.
Awesome.
it's a
Absolutely.
great little design.
And it's compact. Look at the size of it. You can put that thing anywhere. I've actually got one in the back of my truck. They gave me one yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get to trial that out
Yep.
over the next whatever period of time. And I'll do a review on loading up on the compressor after
Yeah.
I get the opportunity to use it.
And very, very efficient.
Yeah.
So at kind of max current draw,
Yeah.
we're looking at about 32 amps.
Okay, awesome.
And that's something that, you get a lot of compressors on the market.
Yeah.
And
That'll
they
drain
don't
your
have,
battery like that.
Exactly. They don't have
Yeah.
adequate wiring as well.
Yep.
So you're always blowing fuses,
Yeah.
melting plugs and wires.
Yeah.
32 amps.
Yeah.
It's a very easy task. The wiring is more than sufficient.
It's awesome. Awesome bit of gear. We'll chuck one in the truck and we'll come back to you with a review. Thanks, H. Man. We'll keep
Take it
moving.
easy, mate.
Cool.
Cheers.
What else we got? So that's the old style compressor. This is the one that we typically run. Sorry, dude. This gets fitted to all the back of the Super Tourers, and especially when you've got air lockers and all the rest of it. That's what we've been using for a while. TJM have stepped it up now. They've got something with a higher flow rate. I'm actually excited to use that. Let's jump in here and see these guys for a sec.
We do have a question, Justin.
Yeah.
About, the lights
Questions?
that you use.
The lights, we're getting to it. We're getting down there. There's only one light that I use, and you watch Patriot games, you can't miss it. It's the best on the market. We'll get down there in a minute, and we've actually got a surprise coming from X-Ray on this at this video when we get down there. So keep an eye out. All right, Shane.
Justin,
What's up?
how you going?
How you going? MSA, another Australian company that I think we met at the Brisbane 4x4 would have been probably about how long's this draw system been out for, the extruded
Just
one?
over
4 years. 4 years ago, I was walking around the Brisbane 4x4 and this thing caught my eye because from a sheet metal background, which is what I do, that's what my main business is sheet metal, laser cutting and folding. Everybody makes galvanised rear draw systems that are big, heavy, clunky, tractor farm sort of stuff. I was walking through the Brisbane 4x4 and saw this, and this is what caught my eye with MSA, game changer.
This is, Justin, as you know, an engineering work of art.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, we got a full extension with our draw system. That's never been done before, so you can actually get into the entire draw. We've got flush sides.
Yep.
Okay, there's no moving wires in it. We've got this really cool feature when you pull it all the way out.
Yep.
It engages some electrical contacts.
LEDs
and
go on.
turns the electric strip light on. You
Yep.
can switch it on and off.
Yep.
As soon as you push it in,
Yep.
okay, you can slam it closed. It disengages the electrical circuit, and there you go.
They're amazing.
So-
We fitted a set of these to the back of my old man's 200. We got a set of these in Chase's Hilux from Arnhem Land, from Patriot Games. We had Chase's, the back of Chase's drawers was the tool setup. drills, lumpy hammers, spanners. I'm pretty sure we overloaded them. Whatever the load rating is, I'm pretty sure we went over the
They've
top.
got a huge load
And
rating.
they are ridiculous. Like, they do not move. The handles on them, everything about them is just 100% quality.
Once you lock them, you can't lever the handles up either, so you can't get
Yeah.
in there and you can't get
Yeah.
into them at all, so your stuff is safe. The other really important factor is they're all crash tested.
Yep.
They're all ADR
Okay.
compliant.
I didn't even know that.
Okay, so especially with wagons, you don't want to put your kids in front of a set of drawers that have
Yeah.
not been crash tested because they will let loose.
Yep.
Good
Awesome.
chance they'll let loose. So
Awesome bit
you
of
know
gear.
you're
Fridge
safe.
slides, let's quickly talk
Okay.
about them. You'll notice them in the back of all my trucks, so the MSA fridge slides now.
So back in 2007, I'll switch spots with you. I always do it from this side. I invented the first ever drop slide. It's simple, it's safe, and that's it. And then you can get into your fridge. It's that simple. So
Yep. Awesome. And I obviously know these. Now, you've got something brand new this year, huh?
Yep. What else we've got here as well is a really good range of canvas storage accessories over here. But yes, our exciting new product that we're releasing.
So all the actually, just quickly before we go, turn around, because I really should touch on that. This is the stuff behind the scenes you don't see. I don't even know how much MSA canvas gear that I have, but I have canvas gear for everything. I've got generator storage, tool storage, cutlery storage. They make all of this canvas storage systems, tie-down straps and all the rest of it. But again, it's the stuff you don't see on Patriot Games. This is always loaded in the back of the car, keeps everything organised. There's a good plug for you.
How much is a fridge slide?
How much is a fridge slide, actually?
The fridge slides, we've got some good track specialists here at TJM.
Okay.
Ranging from 760 to 920.
There you go,
Okay,
Melbourne
so-
4x4. Check this out. DS40 drop slide, which we use in our half canopy, $764. DS50 we use in the 3/4 canopy, $817. So Melbourne 4x4, get down. Otherwise, there's your standard sort of recommended
So you
retail
got
price.
a good saving there.
Yeah,
So-
really good savings. So probably worth. Now let's go.
All right,
I love
let's
new
go.
stuff. Check this out, game changer again.
Justin, can you show me the TJM bull bar?
Yes, 100%. We're going to show you a couple of new bull bars from TJM. So that's coming.
All right, so if you have a look around here, look back this way. For the last 3 years, we've been developing and testing our brand new range of towing mirrors. Now, the good part about it, you didn't even really know they were there. They don't stand out a long way from the car.
Modern towing mirrors.
Modern towing mirrors. They look factory, they look standard, they look like they're supposed to be there. So this is them here. So you've got your everyday driving position. You can rotate that out if you like, if you've got, say, a tray back or something just not too wide. But then if you've got your full van on, your big van, you can actually extend them all the way out even further.
Awesome.
Which is great. They come with most of the factory features. Some models have indicators, some don't. Blind spot monitoring, heating, and yeah, they're also ADR compliant and Cat 6 compliant. So for GVM upgrades, you can.
What are
use them
they
for that as
available
well.
for?
We got
What models have you got currently? You don't have the one that I want, but I know it's coming.
That is coming in the first production run.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got 13 models from 200s, 70s, 79s,
Yep.
Prado 150s, Hiluxes, Fortunas, Rangers,
Yep.
the D-Max.
So all the popular
Alright,
gear, it's
all
coming.
the popular
How far
ones are
away
coming.
before you have the whole range?
Okay,
How long?
Mid-November.
Mid-November?
Our first stock will be arriving. We've
Yep.
got a lot of stock, but it's also going really, really fast.
Yep.
So it's been extremely popular.
Okay, good.
So, yes,
I-
we'll
I'll,
have some,
I'll give you my interpretation of why I'm excited about these. Don't shoot me for this, but anyone who knows remembers my Ram 3500 Julie. I had a 3500 Julie over in the United States when we first launched into the United States. It had this style of mirror, the one that swung out from the side, not just a pull-out style of mirror, and they're unbelievably handy because obviously when you're not towing, like Shane said, it just looks like a factory mirror. You don't have this big monstrosity contraption hanging out the side of your truck. And I'll tell you right now, with most extendable mirrors, they're just too big. When you get onto narrow tracks, I can't even count how many of them that I've smashed. So the low profile when you're not towing, but even when you are towing, say a Patriot X1 or an X2, they're no wider than the car, so you don't need to extend the mirror. So you've really got that three options there, and this is what I'm so excited about. It's engineering, it's ingenuity.
It's the best of all worlds, mate.
Yeah, it's best of every single world, you know. And I'm pumped about that. I think it's awesome, man. Thank you
We're
very much.
really excited about that. If
We've
you've
gotta keep
got
moving.
any questions on any of our products, Barry's here on the TJM stand, so
Yep.
feel free to come down.
Get down and say good day and have a chat to these boys. Otherwise, jump on the website.
and get him to give you a good deal.
Yep, cool.
Yep, cheers,
Good on you.
mate.
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Okay.
All right, exciting. Now we're coming to one of my favourite industry partners, These guys, I know you're standing there waiting, but let me give a little introduction into the background of X-Ray. I have put these things through hell, and I'm talking absolute hell. Arnhem Land, look at the Arnhem Land apps. Every single car, every light bar, every HID that we had was sunken underwater when we done that big river crossing. I've pushed over trees with them. I hit a horse up at Cape York a couple of years back. I've done everything that you can possibly imagine with the lights, and I don't think I've ever taken one back, or I honestly don't. I don't think I've even actually cracked one yet. I know my brother smashed a couple of them, but that's a different story. X-ray light bars. So this is to answer the question. These are the only lights that we run. Here you go, man.
Yeah, good, Justin. How
Yeah?
are you?
Good. What's new?
Okay.
What's new?
Right, new. We have the new product here is DLZ. Okay. DLZ's combination LED driving light. So you have a spread beam, pencil beam, combo. So it's a 3-functional light.
Best of all worlds. And so we just tested a set of these on Sarah's new Ram 1500. We took it across the Simpson out the Fink. Amazing. The LED, I've always been a big fan of HID, personally.
Yep.
If I was going to go
Distance.
I want to see as far up the road as I can, and then I normally run light bars. But I was really impressed with the distance that were achieved out of the LED. But the bigger thing with the LED is just how clean the light is compared to HID.
Yep.
HID's starting to come a little bit old technology, I think. But me personally, I still love it.
Yeah, it still
So
does
this,
the trick.
this is the HID up here, by the way, for people who don't know.
Yep.
So HID.
What's the price range on the lights?
So what are these worth?
Okay.
DLZs.
Okay. $4.75 each.
Yep.
We're doing a deal at the show. We're throwing in a harness
Yep.
with the lights as well, and also a switch with that. So that's the deal on the DLZs. We have deals going everywhere on our stand on every particular product, like we said. We've got HID, we've got the DLZs. We also have the quad optics around the corner here.
Can I just jump in there too? So we're giving away a set of DLZs. So here, I'm going to throw it out now. It's going to go on social later. We've got a competition running over at the Patriots supply booth, over $1,000 worth of lights with a harness, from X-Ray. You need to get over to the booth before 2 o'clock and fill out an entry form. That's all you need to do. At 3 o'clock on Instagram Live, we're going to draw the winner. And the first one to get here, we're going to give 5-minute increments, like a race. We'll call your name. If you don't get here within 5 minutes, we're going to pick the next one out.
Yep.
So you're going to see people running around the show everywhere. It's going to be awesome to watch, like ants. Anyway, let's keep going.
This is the quad optic lights here. These are the this particular lighting range. It's actually a driving light in a light bar. They're an absolutely brilliant concept.
Click on the loading up video if you want to see all the technical specs about these. So you seen the loading up video we did on the quad optics?
Yeah.
Yep. So jump on the same channel that you're on right now, and you can see what these light bars are all about and the reason I love them so much. Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason I love them too, I'm a variety club basher. I've got one of these on the front of my car, and the light that you get out of it is absolutely brilliant. I've actually got a picture of my car here.
Sorry, what's the price range of the light bars?
On the light bars, they vary through, but we're doing deals. So they're just under $1,000, and they range through depending on which particular light bar you want. Go up to $1,650.
Again, light bars, it's one of those things, like most good stuff, you get what you pay for. You know, let's be honest, X-rays, they're not the cheapest on the market, I can tell you that right now. If you're looking for a cheap light bar, go to eBay and buy 10 of them.
Yep.
X-rays and the warranty, the service, and we know from every customer, if you ever have an issue with an X-ray light bar, they literally, and don't quote me on this, but they literally just send our customers a new one and get the old one back. Like,
Yep.
there's no questions
problems.
asked. That's what you're paying for, you know? The quality of light that comes out of these quad optics, the optics that are in front of the LED, that's what you're paying for. But anyway, watch the loading up video for the tech stuff. Give us a look at check this out.
Okay, this is my Superman car.
Yeah, that's
Do the variety bash.
That's awesome.
It's got the quad optic on the front. Quite often when we've got a critical situation, like we've got to get to the bottle shop or whatever, I'm called up the front. Right? This happened actually coming into Cooktown. We had a situation where bottle shop, we didn't know, but it actually closes at 8 o'clock up there.
Yeah.
So we had those cows, with big floppy ears and all that sort of stuff. So I get called to the front because you can't see nothing up there. It's like pitch black, right? So I get called up to the front, turn on the lights, and it turns night in the day. We can
Burns
see
the road.
everything.
Yeah.
You know, so we're hammering, get to the bottle shop 5 to 8.
Yeah,
All good.
awesome.
And safe.
Awesome. Well done, man. We're going to keep
Justin.
moving. Thanks heaps. X-ray light bars, get down, check them out at the Melbourne 4x4. So, let's have a look at some concept stuff. Questions?
So I've got a camper trailer related question.
Okay. Talk to me.
Are we releasing a hard fill
Maybe. Maybe not. Next. Possible. Look, possible. Not. Yeah, we've been thinking about it for a long time. I can't give any dates at this point in time, but we have a concept for one. I've had a concept for one for actually quite a few years now. Who knows? I can't answer that question. I'm going bright red. Next. Is that it? Okay, let's have a look at some concept stuff. So, I was down here checking this thing out this morning. Actually, let's start at the front. This is the Mercedes dual cab, and TJM, I said in my video yesterday, how are you, mate? I said in my video yesterday that, we love working with TJM because they're a company that I think is, pushing the boundaries when it comes to design and seeing what the industry's doing in that. For the Melbourne 4x4, they've come up with this concept Mercedes truck where they've done a whole lot of new gear. You can see the front sort of pre-runner style bull bar. Probably get down under here and give them a sweep around here. It's pretty reminiscent, obviously, of the Chaser. I don't know whether this is a Chaser series bar or not. I haven't spoken to anybody at TJM about this yet. But it's every show that TJM are going to now, the big shows, they're bringing new trucks, new concepts, new builds, new products, come around the back. And I think a lot of the influence on what TJM is doing is coming from that market research of being here at the shows. The engineering team and the team that we deal with at TJM, they are so innovative. Like when we come up with a concept that we want to push something to the boundary, the first people that we call is obviously TJM, and 9 times out of 10, what if we do something like this or move this around? But you can see, like I was saying, with the racks at the back, look at the styling that they're bringing into the Australian market. So TJM are obviously a global company now, and especially with Aeroclass, in conjunction with Aeroclass, which we'll get to in a minute. So they're looking at doing things for global markets. You can see even the side steps, new sort of style of side step. I've never seen this come out of TJM before. And then come around back. You can see some of these new products that are coming through as well. The bar's probably a little bit covered up, but you can see the engineering and the design cues that come into things like that from TJM. It's pretty cool. Let's keep walking down this way. Actually, we'll quick say good day to these guys on the way through. Good morning.
How are you, mate?
What's going on?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Wet
Good,
seat
thank you.
covers. What's new?
What's new? Well, what's new is a console organiser. So above and beyond the seat cover range that we do, you can never have enough storage space in the car, and especially on long tours, these covers that go over the transmission line are a godsend. When you're going away, these are great for putting in your USB leads, loose change, your radios, and things like that. It drapes over the console section, velcros into a few places, clips in, a couple of tapes as well.
I haven't even seen this before.
No, it's an industry first. So
I didn't even notice.
No. So we've just quickly put it on here because I didn't want to put it on.
Prototype, yep.
Absolutely. So it accommodates for all the switches for 4x4 modes and everything else alike, and all the sections for storage. In addition to these lid covers that we do, which on a long
and
tour
let's quickly talk about what makes wet seat different to all the other. Why would you go with a wet seat cover over a canvas one?
Simple. I'm an OEM supplier first and foremost. We produce about 40,000 seat covers annually to some manufacturers like Holden and Toyota. When you supply these guys, they instill a philosophy of continuous improvement, and that's the difference between what we do and what others don't do. We possibly over-engineer it, but it's your guarantee of getting a quality product right the first time. Yet you might save $30-40 on a set of seat covers, but I can tell you in the long run, you're saving your money now by buying something that quality-wise, in our neoprene, it is something that has a high content of rubber, which makes it stronger. The fabric parts that you sit on is something that is 5 times more dense than anything else that's out there. So on abrasion, especially on these trucks where they're lifted, getting in and out is not an issue at all. Another thing that we do that possibly is over-engineered is we try and mirror as much paneling from the original seat in the seat cover. And this is the advantage of getting something that is skin tight in fit. That's pretty much across our whole range. And even in our tough seat canvas seat covers don't normally traditionally fit like a second skin, but you can see just over here, this is a 2014 SR5 seat. It's almost like a glove-like fit as well. And this is, again, on the back of the
material's neoprene, right?
We do 2 ranges. The wet seat is a neoprene, and if you really hell bent on sticking to a canvas type of seat cover, like if you're a tradie or if you're a farmer or something like that, I always say to you, run with the canvas. We're in this space because we produce about 15,000 seat covers to Toyota alone in campus.
That's crazy,
annually.
eh?
And that's Australian made as well.
Crazy. Australian made. Legends. All right, we're going to keep moving, man. Good on you.
Thanks
Good
a
to
lot.
see you, Dad.
See you guys.
Comments. Have you ever thought about building a Dodge 2500 Megatourer? Hell yes, I have. I think with the engineering we went through on the 79 though, we might have to do a little bit more back-end work before we go with something like that. There was another really cool comment here.
Is Patriot Campus coming to Europe?
Europe. Okay, that's a really good question. We were in Europe last year. So we launched into Germany last year. The compliance in Europe is crazy. It's just crazy. You cannot have electric brakes in Europe. They have to be mechanical. So you have to have a cable. So you have to have mechanical brakes, a cable, and the hitch is an absolute, like a knot or an Alco hitch that is compliant in Europe, is an absolute monstrosity. We pulled out of Europe a couple of months ago. We tried to push to get the engineering passed. We're working with a couple of Australian companies. It kind of got too much for us, so we're going to we've handed it back over to the guys who make the brakes and the hitches and all the rest of it. Once they get the compliance sorted in the EU, then we'll definitely 100% be back. But for now, it was just compliance is far too hard.
Are we going to the Perth 4x4 show?
I'm personally not going to the Perth 4x4 show, no. Actually, no. I think that's changed. Plan might have changed. We will be representing at Perth, so obviously we'll be there with our dealer from over there, the Caravan Megastore. Tommy, Michael will be down there, and it is possible that I might be coming down there. Unfortunately, the Sydney 4x4 show, and I'm gutted I'm going to miss that one this year. But our team's still going to be there. Desert Ops is going. The 1500 Ram, Supercharger Ram is going as well. So get out to Sydney in about 3 weeks' time. So check that out. Now, obviously, as we move through, look, let's quickly talk about canopies. We'll just make sure that we get this right. Maybe we'll come back to that because I don't want to get it wrong because I don't know a whole lot about canopies. I've never personally used one, to be honest. But we did fit an air. The reason I wanted to touch on it, we have had a lot of comments come through about the Aero Class canopy that was on the back of Chase's Hilux for Season 2 of Patriot Games. And it's changed my whole opinion on having a tub and a canopy. At the moment, actually, I'm driving a 1500 standard 1500 Ram with the standard style sides and the Ram box on the side of it, which is amazing. You can fit 7 cartons of beer in the Ram box, FYI. I know from experience. But going back to a standard sort of style ute, I'm waiting for Aero Class to produce the 1500 canopy, and I'm going to run that as a daily driver. They're a lot more practical than a flatbed tray, to be honest with you, and we do flatbed trays, that's what we do. But for multi-purpose use, like as a daily driver and then camping on the weekend, I think canopies have been popular for a long, long time, but I really want to start working with some canopies.
Would you consider doing an Iveco daily build?
Hell yeah. Watch this space. It's coming.
And I've
There-
got
there's
show
a
us
tip.
the Dutchy Firebird.
Yes, 100%. Darchie, you know what? Quickly come here. Darchie's over here. Darchie's we're going to step out of the TJM booth real quick, but I'll do an update on Darchie later on. Hey mate, sorry to interrupt real quick. We're live on YouTube. Have you got a fire pit hand? There,
Yep,
there,
down this
all
way.
good. Come over here.
Panorama.
This right here has changed my life. Honestly, it's changed my life. I got handed one of these from Darchie about 7 months ago. No, longer. It was just before Christmas last year. It was November last year. They gave me one. I think it was a prototype that came in. They threw me one and said, go and trial this, see how you go. I will not go camping anymore. I will not leave the house without one of these. It is absolutely amazing. We do, and if you watch any of our videos, you've watched Patriot Games or Patriot Campers right throughout the years, you will know Sarah and I and the kids do not use our stove in our camper trailer. We just don't do it. If we go camping, we're cooking on a fire. Now, the amount of times that we've pulled up to camp late, you pull up at 8 o'clock, by the time you get a fire going, you get coals going, chuck something in the camp oven, you'll be eating midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Anybody who goes camping knows that's just how it works if you want to get coals. Now we carry one of these with us. We carry a couple of bags of heat beads with us, which I've never, in my life, I've never used heat beads, believe it or not. We went up to Fraser Island over Christmas. We kept this thing burning for 3 days. We just kept topping it up with heat beads, and I think we went through about 6 bags of heat beads at $5 each. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. If we moved off the beach, we pick up the whole fire pit, and just sit it in the back of the ute, and we drive to our next location, and then the kids would cook sausages. And the social aspect of having a fire pit is the best thing about them, because this thing's burning all day. If anyone's hungry, the kids, the boys or whatever, they grab some meat out of the fridge, chuck it on there. Everybody's always around that. Trust me, another game changer. Like I said before, you need one. It's like some of the products I've said. You just have to have one. You've got to get one. So check them out now. They're amazing.
What's the price of one of those?
Hey, what's the retail on them? I didn't pay for mine. I got it for free.
You're looking at
$3.49 for the big one. The small one.
the small one. You're looking at 169.
So I actually got, to be honest with you, I got two of these. I got the small one and the big one. I took the big one and I gave the little one to my old man, and he's been travelling. I think he's been on the road now for about 16 weeks, 15 weeks or something like that, and he absolutely loves it too. Huh?
Have you seen this one, Justin? Just quickly, I'm just going to throw it in.
I'm going to be honest, someone gave me one yesterday.
Fantastic product, especially now that you're using the charcoal. Flat pack, be able to put it in the drawers, and you'll be able to open it up just like that, start your fire, and then throw it in the
That's
inside.
the biggest thing with the heat beads. Unless you've got, and what I've always got a blower, a DeWalt blower. It takes a long time to get the beads hot unless they've got good circulation. So we just carry an electric blower. So with this thing here, what I would probably do, I'd chuck the fire starters in the bottom, heat beads in the top, smash it with the blower at the bottom. You get the beads nice and hot within a matter of minutes, and then tip them into the pit and you're cooking straight away. They're unbelievable. Anyway, we better get back to TJ.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, man. I'll
Thanks
come
very
over and see you later on. All right, let's keep moving. Let's go.
Okay, Nookie Noo, let's jump out.
Okay, so that was a quick divert from the TJM stand. Sorry, we'll get back. You can tell when I get excited about certain products, certain things. That one there, I think, is a game changer. So let's keep moving. Bull bars. We got the questions about bull bars before, so we'll quickly we'll touch on some of the standard gear here. Again, back at the same truck. TJM AirTech snorkels. You can see they've fitted the MSA towing mirrors onto this one as well. This is all your standard TJM product. TJM side steps and TJM bar. So that's all your standard sort of gear. Is that person still there that had the comment about the Hilux or the bull bars? Anything else that you need to know, want to know? Should I look at the
Don't
comments?
have any pop-ups at the moment.
Should we might just break for a minute. I might just have a look at. Use charcoal, yes, definitely. Yes, 100% use charcoal, and we do use charcoal with heat beads.
Someone's just commented caravan, question mark.
Not yet. One day, but not yet. No, I'm not ready for a caravan yet. You know, with Patriot, the products that come from Patriot, firstly, is what I want. And if I'm not ready for it, we won't put the passion into it that we should, but it will come. It will definitely come. It's four-wheel drive action there. Yeah, Graham and Shauno are running around. There's gears everywhere. I saw the boys here yesterday. All the big guys from the industry are all here. All the big social media guys, YouTubers, all the rest of it. Besides Ronnie and Sam. Ronnie, Sam, you missed out, boys. You should have been here. This is a good show. All right, that's probably about it. Are you thinking of doing a Holden Super Tour? Yeah, for sure. I love Colorado. I'd love to build a Colorado. If anyone wants one, let me know. Best suspension for a 200. That's a really tough one because I haven't... Look, for a standard 200, if you don't want to spend stupid money, TJM XGS, and I'm not just saying that because I'm on the TJM stand, I think bang for your buck and how that product rides, I've got it fitted in two 200 series. One's my brother's, one's my old man's, and it's amazing gear. I haven't driven pace in the 200 yet, if I was to be perfectly honest with you, so I can't really comment on that. But if you're talking bang for your buck, TJM XGS. Honestly, it's good stuff. We'll keep moving. Best camper trailer out there. Is that a trick question? Or is that meant to be best camper trailer out there besides Patriot campers? Maybe I'll just dance around that one. Okay, while we're here. Let's go this way. Dometic. Another one of our partners of Patriot Games. And Dometic is a product that, if everybody's owned a Dometic, I reckon. And there's this whole Holden Ford thing between fridges. Engel's the best and Dometic's the best, and look, guys, it's one of those things. I think once you find a product that you like and something you can rely on, something that you have a really good experience on, for me especially, it's very, very, very difficult for me to change. You look at Patriot Games has been running for 3 years. I've been camping for 15 years. I still use exactly the same products that I used when we started Patriot Games or when we built our first Super Tour. A couple of things have changed, but for majority of it, we're still running all exactly the same gear that we ran prior to even building the company. So again, it's a Holden Ford thing. You kind of get brought up on something or you get to love something. Why would you change? And I've never had a reason to change from Dometic or Waco fridges. So let's have a quick look through. Morning. Ambushed. What's new for this year?
We've got a few new products. With the CFX, obviously, has been upgraded recently.
Yep.
So we changed the colour. We
Yep.
put Wi-Fi into the fridges. Obviously, the newest, latest, great for the last couple of years, has been the dual zones.
Yeah, and look, our camper trailers aren't big enough, so we don't actually use them. But again, guys, there's a loading up video on this channel, on the Patriot Games channel, that takes you through the whole Dometic range. Actually, I had a little lizard. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Yeah? I had a little lizard walk into the factory. So anyway, dual zones, amazing bit of gear. Yeah? But personally, I haven't used one, so I don't know enough about them. Can you go freeze, fridge, freeze?
Absolutely.
You can do whatever you want.
You select the temperature in the cabinet to what you want it to do. So if
Yep.
you want it as freezer, negative 18,
Yeah,
thereabouts.
Yep.
Fridge, 2 degrees. So you set the temperature in the cabinet to what you want it to do.
It's snowing.
You can even turn one side off if you're not using it.
That's awesome, man.
So if you're only going for a day trip, I do it with mine. Sausages, drinks on one side,
Yep.
my bread, milk, eggs,
Yep.
stuff, unbreak, or the
Yep.
you dry goods in the other side for day trips as well.
Well, I actually just got the boys, while I'm away, I got the boys fitting an Anderson plug and a Red Arc BCDC into the back of my Ram that I was talking about before, just so I can dump a big dual zone in there. I'm probably going to go with the 95, I think. Go with the big girl.
Size.
What's the price of the dual zone?
Where do they start? What's the 75 start at?
75s retails, $16.99. So
$16.99. They're so competitive. This is a 65. I use this a lot, so this is what lives in the back of the black truck. Yeah.
Best thing about it, fridges, obviously, is the lids.
Oh, and the lids, yeah, and they're reversible.
Exactly.
So you can
Easy.
turn them around, so however you set your truck up, you can put the lid on either side. 65, really familiar with, that's in the back of the black truck. 50, we run in all the Patriot campers. And then these are 40 or a 35?
40 and then 35.
So the 40, we put in the small, the 40 MSA slide. And then the 35 I've got in the back of my Polaris Crewman. So if you watch that video on the Polaris, that's the fridge sitting in the back. What else?
That's all we got for the moment. We've got new stuff coming soon.
Awesome.
Very soon.
Always new stuff coming.
Always new coming.
Also, let's quickly touch on Wi-Fi.
Yes.
With the fridge, when it first came out, when you first released it, I'm going to put my hand up and say I thought that was the gimmickiest thing that I've ever heard in my life.
What we did
And I
is
use it all the time.
we removed another component. So originally it was a wired thermostat with a thing. Then
Yep.
we had a wireless. There was
I
another
remember.
component you had to stick to the
Yep,
dash.
I remember.
So now it's an app on your phone.
Yep.
So while you're driving, you can monitor your battery voltage. You can turn the temperature up and down. When you're even at camp, you can
Yep.
go, oh, who's in my fridge?
Yep.
Let you know when the lid's open if
Yep.
it's not closed properly.
I'll tell you what I use it for the most. Number one, if I'm on long corrugated roads, I just want to ensure my fridge is still plugged in.
Exactly.
And I've done it. I can't even count how many times where you leave camp in the morning and you're up in the territory and it's 40, 40 plus degrees and you don't touch your fridge all day, but that morning someone's unplugged the fridge or the cords come out on corrugated roads and you get there at night and your beer's warm and you get mad.
Absolutely.
You get mad. So that's definitely worth it.
Good to talk to you.
Thanks, Steve.
Hey, how you going, mate?
Hey, mate, how you doing?
Pretty tough. I missed you when you were at Hurricane Bell Street.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I was just down there the other day. Good on you, man. Cool. Let's keep moving. Oh, these guys, Directions Plus, these guys actually got some cool stuff. Come and have a look at this. Morning.
G'day, Justin.
How you going?
Oh, yeah, well, mate.
How long have we been going for now, by the way?
43 minutes.
I've done it. Time now, mate.
I've done it again. I've done it again. I talk too much. Directions Plus, for people who don't know, let's tell them, what do you do?
All right, we do the oil separators in the Pro-Vent for removing oil out of the...
Just speak up a bit, the microphone's a little bit.
Speak up.
Yell, just yell at her.
Okay, so the Pro-Vent catch cans. So we do oil separators that removes the oil out of the actual engine blow-by. Stops all it all fouling up, going all over your intercooler, turbo, and into your intake manifold, obviously. So it removes all that particle build up there and gives you clean, fresh air going in there. We also do on the other side. We also do pre-filter kits, which are for water separation. So it gets fitted before your existing filter. Any water that gets through this system will actually be removed prior to getting to your original system. So the new kit we have is the pre-line press. It's made by Man and Hummel and ourselves. Comes with audible alarm and visual warning light on it. So yeah, they work well. They work very, very well. So
these are a must-have. You know, there's a couple of different brands around, but if you're travelling remote, this is something that you really, really need to have in your truck. Water separators, shitty fuel. Ooh, can I say? That's YouTube.
crappy fuel.
Yeah, bad fuel. Yeah. It happens a lot. It does happen a lot. And if you got, especially like a 200 series or a Prado, going into limp mode out there when you're towing, just because of the filter, is not fun. It's honestly, it's not fun. Been there, done that, spent 3 days driving across corrugated roads in limp mode, towing a trailer. Would never ever go through it again. And that's when I started. In those days, I never put pre-filters. Now, all of my trucks, every one of the trucks in the convoy of Patriot games, all run pre-filters. Really important. Thanks, Ethan.
Thanks, Justin.
We're going to keep moving. Okay. You've got Light Force lights here as well. So they're obviously represented through TJM. Light Force, another good Australian brand. X-Ray's my weapon of choice, but Light Force are a good thing. Now, I'm going to quickly say, I told Jess that we're about to meet Jess. I'm going to introduce you to Jess. I told her before we started this video that I was going to come and see her. She's so nervous. I was going to say we should probably play a bit of a trick on her, but I don't think she'll take it too well because she's really nervous about being on camera. So let's see how she goes. Morning.
How you going?
Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, are we live now?
We're live.
Cool.
We're live. You are live.
Awesome.
You are broadcasting across the globe. Like
beautiful.
your face is like up inside a space flight.
Yeah, you make my heart skip a beat.
Talk It. So Jess is from Talk It. Obviously everybody knows Talk It is another weapon of choice. It's a product that we use. What's new for the 4x4 show for you guys?
We're bringing out some new products, so
Yep.
stay tuned. That's going to be hitting the market in October, so some
Cool.
brand new stuff.
Do I know about it?
You might know a little bit about it, not too much though.
We might have to have a bit of a chat off camera. I like knowing the new stuff.
Yeah, so we've
Yep.
got some really exciting stuff hitting the market
Yep.
soon. But yeah, still running with our exhaust system.
What's the most popular product for Talk It?
Probably our 79 series. So
79.
everything from 79.
Yeah.
Cruisers in general. as
The
you know.
79 bubble is just, it's doing this and it's just continuing to grow. I'm really interested to see, actually, a bit off topic, but I'm interested to see when that bubble bursts. Because it's going to have to burst soon,
You
mate.
reckon?
It's got to. It can't keep going the way that it's going because it's just, they're just getting bigger and bigger. But I think, let's get back to exhaust. So for the 79s, you guys do multiple configurations now, eh?
Yep.
So standard single cab, dual cab,
Absolutely.
300mm J-Max extension,
Yep.
4.5 ton J-Max extension, 6x6 J-Max extension.
Going.
Yeah, I don't even know what others. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we do. It's all we've got the DPF pack system. So
Yep, yeah.
so we're not touching those. Keep
Yep.
it legal, and
Yep.
we're still getting decent power gains, beautiful note out
Yep.
of the cruisers. So
And people are getting hammered left, right, and centre. Well, I know up in Queensland about removing DPF. So guys, don't do it. You will get caught. And I know a lot of people that have been caught and have been slapped with a $3,000 fine. Not worth it. But let's go around here. So exhaust again. We just did a loading up video on exhaust last Friday. Have you seen it?
maybe.
She's my biggest fan. So we just did a loading up video. Check that out if you want to know about the exhaust, how they're made, the materials that they use. The thing that I said that I think is the most unique thing about Talk It, you've taken what people used to look at as a custom product and made it readily available to everybody, which is, it's awesome. It's amazing. Let's talk about ECUs and pedal talks.
Yeah, for sure. Well, throttle controllers, as most people know,
Yep.
removes that lag, so absolutely amazing.
Oh, I know that car
Yeah.
and that trailer.
Look at that one.
That looks good.
Look at this one.
Oh, I know this one too.
Yeah. Yeah, we got
Sorry.
you out and about.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, as you know, any cruiser, basically any forward drive, you've got that really sticky lag. So
Yep.
You hit that accelerator and you're not moving at all. So these little guys are fantastic for that.
Yep.
So Bluetooth option, so you can completely control it from your phone, which is pretty cool.
And if you watch season 2 of Patriot Games up in Arnhem Land, Sarah had the Bluetooth app and Chase had the Bluetooth app. So we raced a Ranger versus a Hilux, both towing camper trailers, and Sarah smoked Chase, but then she let the throttle off. So Chase, if you're watching, dude, you didn't actually win. My wife whooped your ass. Good, like real good. But if you couple that, the throttle controller, the ECU with an exhaust, big power gains, fuel efficiency as well,
Yep.
and let's be honest, I said it in the video, V8 Cruiser, you get the noise.
Yes.
And that's what everybody does it for, number one.
Yeah.
All right, darling, good to see you.
Catches.
Talk to you soon. TJM Chaser. And the Chaser's now got the pace in it. Come and have a look at this. So this is the pace remote resi shocks, adjustable shocks. These are exactly the same shocks that we're running in the Mega 6. I can't say a lot, but last weekend I took the Mega 6 out on the pace shocks, and that truck got the beating of its life. And everybody will find out about it in the coming months. What I did with that car last weekend was nothing short of amazing. You're not going to believe it when you actually see the video when the video comes out. But the pace suspension, I can honestly vouch for it now. I've used it enough. I know about it. I know how to set it. I know how to play with the clickers. I can get exactly what I want out of my ride. It's amazing, amazing gear. Definitely check it out. Chaser bar. Again, I think we were the first to fit a Chaser bar actually, and we fit one onto Sarah's Ranger. The whole Chaser series stuff, I'm probably going to get shot for saying this, but when I first saw the concept, I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, what are you doing? That is not, it's just not cool. But it was the same reaction that I get from my team when I come up with a completely hairball idea. I think unless you've got the whole picture of the concept of a design when you're engineering or you're designing something, there's only, you get tunnel vision and you get this, you get this own precedence with yourself that it's not going to work. But honestly, when these guys come out with this, they brought it down, we fitted it to Sarah's truck. I was just amazed with how much I liked it. We haven't had the opportunity to build a Chaser sort of series Super Tourer for a customer yet. But once again, any of our customers, Super Tourer customers that want to build a Ranger, Hilux or Colorado Super Tourer, we're ready to do it. And if you want to go with Chaser sort of styling, pre-runner styling, I'd love to build one. So talk to Michael in the sales team. So let's keep walking down. Actually, this is a good one. Come over here. GCM upgrades through TJM. So you can go into GVM is a massive thing here in Australia, and again for our US people who are watching this, the government's coming down hard at state level, federal level on people being overweight out on the road. So GCM business has now become a really, really big part of off-roading, really big part of four-wheel driving. You can go into any TJM store. All TJM stores are approved stations for GVM upgrades. Get in there, get your car weighed. If you think you're on the border, guys, and probably let's get serious for a second. Think about worst case scenario. Think about if you cause an accident, you kill someone, you're in a lot of shit if you're overweight, yeah? So think about the other guys on the road. Think about the families that are touring around the country, people who are carrying precious cargo. Not just about, how cool your truck looks because you got all the gear on it. It's a safety requirement. It's, governed by law. And, I'm always touring around with my kids, so we always ensure we do the right thing too. Get yourself into TJM, get your truck into TJM, get the thing weighed, make sure that you're compliant. If you're not compliant, they can work it out. You either got to go with a GVM upgrade on your car, make sure your towing capacity is right as well, or start pulling some gear off it, because I see so many people, especially with Patriot campers, we're handing over trailers every week, and we get customers turn up every week, and it's sometimes I cringe when I see a car turn up, it's sacked out, it's bagged out, the guy's got every option that you can possibly think of in the truck. It's just so unsafe. But there's a bit of a serious note. We joke around, we play around. I'm not the biggest safety guy in the world. I think everyone knows that. But when it comes to being on the road, keeping your family safe and other people's families safe, ensure your GVM is compliant. There's a really good tip for you. Let's run through this. Come here. Johnny. This is the man responsible for the store every year and every show.
And I brought you something special this year.
What have I got?
You're a cool dude.
Oh, stop it. Bam. You see that? How do they look? Do I look good? Am I rocking the TJM Sunnies?
Excellent.
How's the Melbourne 4x4 been for you?
It's It's been really good, actually.
Yeah, it's only day 2, but the crowds are starting to pump in, right?
Yeah, and there's such a variety of gear here, even from the other exhibitors here as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great event. It's a great family atmosphere. There's lots of things going on. So the organisers have done a great job this year.
And actually they have done a really great job. I've got to say, the show organisers at Melbourne specifically, out of all the shows, these guys do an amazing job of getting the crowds in here, don't they? How many did we get through last year?
Around about 33,000. I think they're looking to probably get another 5 or 6 through this year.
Let's call it 40,000 people come through the gates of this show every year. That's a lot of people that you're talking to, eh?
Well, online ticket sales last night were up about 60%. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yes, so show organisers have done a great job. TJM, as always, representing all the best Australian brands, the best products in the industry. How many TJM stores are there in?
Including stores and stockists, we're looking at 80.
80. There's 80, so you got no excuse.
So we've got you covered pretty well anywhere when you're travelling.
Got everyone covered. Good on you, mate.
All right.
We're going to go for a quick
Enjoy.
lap down here and make sure we haven't missed anything, and we're going to wrap it up. How long have we been?
55 minutes.
It's under an hour. It's better than yesterday. Any questions? Go on, mate.
Got a few favourite camper trailer company besides Patriot?
I've actually got a few. I've got a few camper trailer companies that I've always respected. Kimberley Campers, of course. You can't not. You know, if you're an Australian and you've been into camping, they're the guys that set the trends. I think Kimberley's done a really good job. There's a company down in Gosford, Complete Campsites. I think they do an amazing job across their whole range, and even their hard floor, which is not my style. Trackabout up in Brisbane, they make a good thing. There's heaps of them. There's heaps of really good ones. What else?
When's a Patriot slide-on camper coming?
Slide-on we probably won't do, to be honest with you. Not in the current, and we did design one, we had one. But again, like I was just saying about the whole GVM thing, it's not a space I want to play in. It's just too dangerous, it's too regulated. You can't get the product that you need, so you need to go to a bigger truck.
A lot of people have asked if we can go see Shauna and Graham.
I don't know where they are. Honestly, I would love to go and ambush them on our YouTube. I would love to go and just smoke them, but who knows? The show's, I don't know if you can see out the windows there, but the show is just absolutely massive, yeah? If I can catch them later on, I'll put it up on Instagram. What else? Hi, Justin, I'm 13 and have 2 hats, 4 shirts, a jumper, and I love all the Patriot gear. Eden, you're a legend. Good on you. Can you build Patriot's boat trailer? I did build a boat trailer with Cruise Master. Not a product that we're going to start doing. That's definitely not on the radar. But contact Cruise Master. You can get a really good boat trailer. Take it up to those guys. They'll manufacture a cradle and put some good suspension underneath it. So there's a really good tip. Dodge Ram Mega Cab. I don't know why we don't get them here. I think it's crazy. I absolutely love them. Ute versus Wagon Touring. That's a good one. I reckon one of the boys. I reckon that's a question for Ronnie Dahl. Ronnie, if you're watching, you should do a comparo, dude. We're ever going to build a 6x6 Super Ram? I just answered that before. Hell yeah, I'd love to do it. I think Datsun 180B Super Tourer. Yes. Yes, that would be cool. But no, we're not doing it. What else? Shauna and Graham. ARB BP51s. Yeah, they're a good shock. I've owned a set years and years ago. Now I run the Pace, like I just said before. I think the Pace are all time. I wouldn't change from them right now. Can we see the TJM snorkel range? We actually just did touch on them, but the AirTech snorkels are available for all sorts of cars. Should I get a 200 over a Prado? That is a good question. Honestly, one of the best vehicles that I've ever owned in my life was a 150 Prado. It actually wasn't mine, it was Sarah's. I bought it for Sarah not long after she had the kids. It was a Kakadu, so it had the factory rear locker, had the leather in that. The Prado is as a daily, I think the Prado is the most underrated car on the market, to be perfectly honest with you. That car was so capable, we took it absolutely everywhere. The seating position in that, you're up high, you got glass all the way around you. It feels a lot smaller than 200 series. The only downside of the Prado is the 3 litre it's not very nice, yeah? Auto in it's good, but not very nice compared to a 200 series. Yeah, 200 series, tons of power, really good for towing. If you gave me the option of putting a V8 diesel into a Prado, if I'd want the 200 or the Prado, honestly, I'd pick the Prado. I think it's a better car. Yeah, that's a good question. What else? Season 3 Patriot Games press release date, November this year. What's the date? 5th? November 5th, season 1 is coming, and I'm telling you, the first episode of season 1, you guys are going to absolutely freak when you see how we're opening the show this year.
Season 3, you mean?
Season 3, sorry. Yeah, once you see how we open it, it is just, it's mental. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. I just want to make sure that we've answered all the questions. That's about it, guys. Once again, I've spoken too much. I've said too much. My voice is hurting. I'm going to need like a whole pack of battle menthols. Get down and see the crew at TJM. New Patriot gear is on sale at the Patriot supply tent. Where obviously, come here and I'll close it out here so you can see where we are in proximity. So here we are, centre of TJM. Patriots just over the back there. So you can see, like I said, the crowds are starting to pump in. It's going to be a massive show. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. You're going to be in a t-shirt today. Get down here, see the crew at TJM. Thank you very much for watching.